Starting this video on a cool morning at this park. Taking a walk on this pedestrians-only walkway, and as you can see, this pathway goes up a pretty good incline. There's also nobody here, so it's nice and quiet. The pathway is very short, and at the top is this viewing platform. I'm going to this small boulder with a marker attached to it, and as you can see, I'm back at Sassafras Mountain. This is the highest point in South Carolina at 3,553 feet above sea level, and just a few feet from the North Carolina state line, noted by the black line going up the stairs. I was here nearly 2 years ago at the end of fall leaf season, and the colorful views were spectacular. This marker states this observation tower and the concrete walkway I just used was completed about 3.5 years ago. Here's a close-up of the black line where South Carolina and North Carolina meet, going up the stairs to the observation platform. Now at the top of the platform, see where the black line goes, and this compass with the shape of South Carolina at the center of the compass. Zooming in, at the center of the screen is where we are, right on the state line. But check out this view. I can see for miles and miles and miles and miles. And look at the clouds hanging off the mountains looking northeast. That's because it rained last night. Now take a look northwest and west. Then look south. Very clear sky and beautiful mountain views. Hey guys, it's Emily. Welcome everyone. Today we're driving through South Carolina, the Palmetto State. Which begs the question if there's any palmetto trees in South Carolina, because there aren't any around here. Anyway, I'm starting my day atop Sassafras Mountain, the highest point in South Carolina. From here I head south and eventually reach sea level. This will be my final road trip before I start school in a couple weeks. Gonna be a great day. Let's go! They've added these directional markers since I was here last, showing me where some of the nearby cities are. There's the state line again, and looking toward the northwest are Toxaway Mountain and Lake Toxaway in North Carolina. Looking almost northernly is the Devil's Courthouse in North Carolina. Then looking toward the northeast, Brevard, just 12 miles away, Asheville and Mount Pisgah is not far away either. Now walking down the platform, this is for people that can't walk the stairs. Over to my left are some trails that lead to some other viewing locations. Last time I was here, I wasn't sure if one of these rocks that stick out of the ground were the actual high point. I never did find a USGS pin confirming the actual high point, so I made a guess based on a hole that was drilled into one of these rocks. Pretty hard to tell unless I had an altimeter. The elevation apps on the phone are just estimates. Taking one more look before I leave. Beautiful morning. On the way out, I noticed this bench has the highpointers.org marker. Earlier this month, I saw this marker at the Florida High Point. Maybe these markers are at all the high points? It's definitely easier to walk down this pathway than it was going upward. Time to head to the next stop. Now driving on Highway 11, which is the scenic highway along the top of South Carolina. Check out that mountain directly in front of us. As luck would have it, there's an overlook off that thoroughfare so we can get a good look at the mountain. This overlook wasn't on our list of things to see, but this is too beautiful to just drive by. The mountain is called Table Rock, and it's just 1.5 miles away from our present location. 200 years ago, it was described as South Carolina's monarch of the mountains. It was originally called Governor's Rock after the governor of the state took shelter from a storm while exploring the summit. I wonder if there are hiking trails to the top. I can't see it from here, but the base of the mountain is Pinnacle Lake, or is it pronounced Pickle Lake, like the girl says on those commercials. Now in the Callahan Mountain area, still very close to the North Carolina state line, crossing the street to a historical attraction. Look at this marker. I'm at the Poinsett Bridge that was built in 1820, 200 years ago. This is the last part of a road used to travel from Greenville to Asheville. Walking through the forest, there is an opening that allows the river to flow under the bridge. This bridge is still in very good condition for 200 years old. Now I'm down at the river. This river is called the Little Gap Creek, which flows from a stream-fed lake not far from here. Getting up close above the river going under the bridge, still in fantastic shape, I've never seen a bridge quite this old before. A better view from the other side. By the way, some say this bridge is haunted, but by friendly ghosts. They apparently return from time to time to admire the bridge. There I am on the bridge on the right-hand side, waving hello to the friendly ghosts. The Poinsett Bridge is the oldest bridge in South Carolina, and might be the oldest bridge in southeastern United States. Worth a visit if you're in the Greenville area. Not far from the Poinsett Bridge is Campbell's Covered Bridge. It's the only remaining covered bridge in South Carolina, and is in this state park. There it is in the distance. I'm going to walk along a gravel path to get a closer look. Looks like this is a popular place to spend the day swimming in the river. The gravel path takes me across the covered bridge. Not only is the bridge painted red on the outside, it's also painted red on the interior. There's a marker. This bridge was built in 1909 and named for the owner of a gristmill that was here for many years. This body of water is called Beaver Dam Creek. Here's a marker that describes the bridge. Down below it looks like an old picture of the bridge. Then a schematic of the bridge with that X-shaped frame. I'm surprised this is the last covered bridge in the entire state. This bridge was restored in 1966 and again in 1990. Also, if you want an old-style type of wedding, you can get married in front of this bridge for a $200 fee. This is also a very popular location in the fall when the leaf colors change. Makes for a great photo opportunity, but I bet it's pretty crowded here when the leaves are a peak color. As I was leaving, the sign gives directions to the Poinsett Bridge where I was earlier. How about that? Anyway, on to my next stop. Now in the city of Greenville. Lots of growth in Greenville. A lot of new housing all over the place, with the stores on the street level. I also saw some 5 or 6 story buildings being constructed. Not sure if they'll be offices or homes. Now at a small baseball stadium near downtown. This is called Fluor Field, not Flower, unless they misspelled it on the sign down here. In front of the stadium is this bronze statue of Shoeless Joe Jackson. Down here is a marker. Shoeless Joe Jackson played minor league baseball starting in 1908. He played a doubleheader, and because of new spikes in his shoes, his feet blistered. So after that, he played without shoes, just foot stockings. Shoeless Joe was a part of the Black Sox scandal, where he and 8 others were accused of taking money to intentionally lose the 1919 World Series. Shoeless Joe had a great reputation up until then. It was so surprising, the Chicago Daily News wrote an article with the headline, which became a popular phrase, "Say it ain't so, Joe." Greenville is a really nice city. We tried to see the Medusa tree, but there's a lot of construction and not much parking nearby. So we're moving on to our next stop, which is in nearby Spartanburg. I'm getting on Interstate 585 for the first time, so I'll be getting closer to another goal. I've traveled almost every mile of interstate highway in South Carolina. All I'm missing are these little spur routes. I'm in downtown Spartanburg. Very nice here as well. South Carolina really has some nice downtown areas. Lots of restaurants here have outdoor seating, but it's a little warm today, so I think people are choosing to eat indoors. I'm right next to that statue. It says Morgan on the side. Not sure who that is. What I'm here to see is this bronze statue. This is a statue of a playful border collie with a ball in its mouth. This marker says the dog is Chaser the Border Collie, owned by Professor Pilley. He wanted to prove that dogs were smarter than anyone thought. By making learning playful, Professor Pilley taught Chaser the largest vocabulary of any animal, which earned him the title of smartest dog in the world. Down here are imprints of the professor's shoes. They are directly facing Chaser, who is ready to play with, which is how Chaser became so smart. The statue of Chaser was erected a few months after he passed away in 2019 at the age of 15. Now I'm on Interstate 85. Looks like they're widening the road. I'm taking this confusing exit, which will take me to the city of Gaffney, where I'll get some lunch and then see a roadside attraction or two. This is really weird. The exit took me to this side road, and now I'm exiting again. Stopping for lunch near the Gaffney Outlet Mall. Very busy here. I'm gonna get some chicken and dumplings at this Cracker Barrel. After my lunch, I'm taking this side road to the next stop. Look at the big traffic jam on the interstate. That backup looks like it goes on for a long time. My next stop is coming on the left. Looks like a big orange or peach colored globe up there. Zooming way in so I can get a shot of this giant peach water tower. In this direction you can see the leaf and the stem. This 135-foot tall water tower has a name. It's called the Peachoid. The tower has some other clever names like Mr. Peach and Moon over Gaffney. It sure looks like a big orange butt. There's also a teeny tiny knob on the bottom. I know the little knob is on a peach, but it just looks strange. This tower is twice as large as a peach water tower in Clayton, Alabama, which I saw last month. I'm at this Fats Cafe, which is open, but there's maybe 4 cars in the whole parking lot, so no problem at all filming the peach water tower from here. Stopping in the town of Lockhart to get some gas. Current price is $3.89 per gallon, which is the credit card price. I'm filling up the tank, which will be plenty to get us through the day. Now in the small town of Ridgeway, considered to be a fringe suburb of Columbia. Population of a little under 300 people. This town has what was the world's smallest police station. This building was the size of some closets. It was in service from 1940 to 1990. Peeking in the windows, there's an old typewriter and a phone. Over here, this looks like a space heater. This looks like some pictures from Ridgeway of the past and some brochures. Next to the small police station are 2 markers. One indicates Ridgeway was settled before 1799. The other is Pig on the Ridge. Not sure what that is. Concrete benches back there says Ridgeway High School. And of course, the clock. Look at this, an old phone booth. I think there's still an old phone in it. It's pretty rusted out. I think you have to pick up the black handle and listen for something called a dial tone and then dial. But there was no dial tone. After driving around Columbia, I'm taking Interstate 26 eastbound. I've got a few more places to see. Interstate 26 can be a very busy thoroughfare, but it doesn't look like it right now. Also, the weather looks pretty good. Wait till you see this. This place is big time creepy. It starts out okay, an old coffee pot on a building. That alone is a decent roadside attraction. But let's take a look inside the building, shall we? This was once the Coffee Pot Diner, which closed way back in 1979. Zooming in on the coffee pot, note the top has a red light. It illuminates at nighttime. There's a sign on the front door, coffee shop open till we close. Now take a look at the inside. The inside is basically a giant doll house. The dining room has an old guy doll, an old woman doll, a girl doll, a boy doll, plates, and a coffee pot. Also some more dolls in the far corner, stuffed animals, and some other items on the right. Does anyone know why this is assembled as a tea party in an old coffee shop diner? If you know, leave me a comment. Oh, I forgot to mention I'm in the town of Cordova, not too far from Orangeburg. One last look at this place from the side window. When I put this on the list, it was just for the history of the Coffee Pot Diner and the coffee pot on the roof decoration. Had I known there were dolls inside, I might have skipped this. Now driving on a back road in the southern part of the state. Looks like I'm about to drive into a rainstorm, and check out the rainbow in front of me. Yep, here's the rain. Now in the town of Bowman, and this is the UFO Welcome Center. You may have seen other vloggers visit this place, but now it's my turn to see it before it collapses. Lots of interesting items in the yard here, like the radar equipment. Looks like a rocket over here. UFO Welcome Center, Bowman, South Carolina. Alright, let's take a quick look inside. The space people take $20 tips apparently. Looks like a rather unsteady path through the mess here. I'm not staying here long. Someone's watching a TV show. Maybe this alien. It sure doesn't look real safe in here, does it? There are wobbly stairs to go up into this structure. There are also ladders, but no way I'm going up there. The high sticker up there. Oh my. The electrical wires and junction box. That can't be safe. So that was an interesting experience. You really have to watch your footing in there. Now I know what space junk looks like. Even a toilet is here. Looking at older vlogs, the UFO Welcome Center is definitely falling apart. So if you'd like to see it, get here sooner rather than later. Oh, and another tip. The gnats are really bad during the summer, so apply some bug spray before visiting here. We have about 90 minutes before the sun goes down, and about 70 minutes until our final destination, so let's go. There's also more spotty rainstorms we have to drive through, which will slow us down, but I think we'll make it. I think. Well, we did pass through some heavy rain, but it's dry now and we have just enough light. I've made it to Charleston, and have completed the trek from South Carolina's high point to its low point of sea level. Let's complete the journey by going out on this overlook of the Cooper River. In the distance is the Arthur Ravenel Jr. Bridge, constructed in 2005. There's a bar shipping goods from the port of Charleston, which is just past that bridge. Tomorrow I'll be taking a ferry to that island, Fort Sumter, where the U.S. Civil War started in 1861. And that's it for this video. In addition to Fort Sumter, I'll also visit the South Carolina Aquarium. But you'll see all that next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!
We're leaving. You want to hold Daddy's hand?